Hi there, welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're gonna dive on in and get a little clarity overall, see what messages would be helpful today. This reading's timeless and collective. So see what resonates. If it doesn't feel like it's your message, it's for someone else or might make sense later. Always trust and follow that divine inner guidance. It's in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. We're going to start with, I actually put two different decks together. This is the Leonormand and the Kipper. They're kind of alike, but they were the same size and each is kind of small on its own. So let's begin and see what comes through. Let's see what God's source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What are the key? Let's see what the focus, what is the main focus today that the collective watching this reading should know about or have awareness on? Please and thank you. Key focus point is on love. Somebody opening their heart to you. This is you seeing eye to eye, heart to heart. Somebody is coming through in your life and you love each other. Or this is somebody that you truly love and they're thinking about how much they love you too. Number 24 brings you to a 6, which is balance and harmony in love. So I tried to do a general reading. It looks like it's going right to love. It seems to be in the energy lately for you guys. So let's get another focus point and then we'll clarify everything. So maybe some of you are focused on love. This could be romance. It could also just be a very special person in your life that you love. Let's check out another arena. So what's a different area to take a look on that somebody is gonna come through? This is the rider. Somebody got off of their plastic carousel and put that carousel horse onto a rainbow, like it's rainbow bright. This is like somebody teleporting towards you. I always feel like that carousel is somebody that was stuck on an old cycle. And I always say, well, you know, if you're on the carousel horse, why not ride a stallion? It looks like this person kind of took their carousel horse and made it come to life. There's some kind of healing after a storm. There's something changing with your chakras, with your overall vibration, either because of this connection or information that arrives, or this is you going on a journey. It does look like you're going through the forest. There's also something here about stained glass or seeing through something through a different perspective, a different lens. She looks like the fairy in the fairy deck. That's the sun, where they didn't even bother to put any clothes on. They just brought their sheet. Oh my goodness. Maybe somebody has it's kind of like a messenger bag, but she's definitely holding news. She's holding a letter. She's also riding somewhere to get grounded because she's barefoot. And I always feel like that has something to do with getting grounded or stable on the earth. I just thought of like reading Rainbow. I'm going back so far into, I don't even know when that was, from the 80s. Maybe it has to do with a story. I just thought of a story. I'm probably going to regurgitate it pretty weird, but it's like there were 3 old men sitting outside for a very long time, and a husband and wife went outside and approached the 3 men and said, "Would you like to come in? Would you like to come in for dinner?" And their response was, we don't come together. We don't ever enter a house all together. And they were like, what? And one's name was wealth, one's name was success, and one's name was love. And they said, one of us can come in, but you have to choose which you want in your house. So the husband and wife went back inside, they had a discussion, you know, and, you know, she was like, well, why don't we offer, you know, dinner to wealth, because that could bring us security forever. And the husband was like, I don't know. Success is kind of like all around. Like, you want to feel successful in your life. We should have success in here. And then they discussed it further. They went outside and approached the three men and said, we'd like to invite Love into our house for dinner. And Love started to walk and the other two men followed. And the husband and wife were like, I thought you said only one can come in the house. And he said, well, when love is in the house, success and wealth automatically follow. I may have gotten that a little bit off, but I thought it was beautiful. So there is something about following love and the rest opens up. And if you follow the others without the love, you kind of feel like you're always losing out on something else. So let's get one more, and then we'll use this as the foundation. So you have number 1 and number 24. One more message, please, and thank you. You got a wealthy man. So maybe love comes in and everything else just works out beautifully. It could be where this wealthy man, somebody who feels wealthy. Now, wealth is individual to the definition of each person. To some, wealth is abundance. It is prosperity. It is security and money and a big house. For some, wealth is simplicity and no stress. Freedom. For some, wealth is health. For some, wealth is healthy love, loving partnerships, beautiful people and experiences in their life. For some, it's health. But wealth, well-rounded, is everything. It's not just the stuff. Stuff is just stuff. So I do feel like this is somebody valuing love, valuing experiences and movement, valuing communication, maybe knowledge when it is valuable and helpful. This could be a wealthy man also leaving a cycle that kind of felt like the plastic carousel, you know, the hamster wheel, and maybe going towards different dreams or a new dream or a certain person. I feel like whoever this wealthy man is connecting to values the beauty of his heart more than his fancy suit. So also it's a 13, brings you stability with the 4, but it's also that complete release of the past or the old narrative, a past cycle, and looking towards the light. Rose is trying to get some scratches underneath the table. So I'm multitasking here a little bit. So, all right, well, we have some love coming through. So I feel like we should go right away to the tarot though. So let's get some clarity, just to go a little deeper with these particular situations. Let's ask about the rider, the messenger, the journey, this whole spectrum of color. No, Rose needs my attention before I clarify. I'll be right back. All right, let's clarify these. As you have this girl that's on this unhinged carousel horse that's now riding over the rainbow like a stallion through the forest. It looks like she's also moving pretty fast because her sheet is blowing, but it's a masculine energy with that one, with the I am. And then you have these two swans here putting their beaks together, making a heart with each other. There's something about seeing eye to eye. There's also something about like I'm getting that ugly duckling story, becoming recognition of a beautiful heart. Also, this heart looks like it looks like golden filigree scarab, which in ancient Egypt kind of represents the brain. So there's something here about the intelligence of the heart. It also kind of looks like a fiery heart, like that emoji. And then you have this wealthy man with a 13. I feel like there is some kind of release from feeling trapped or just putting something away and never having the experience, or perhaps feeling trapped because he's putting a lot of energy into acquiring something that was never following the truth of his heart or where his heart really wants to take him. I feel like that is changing. I also feel like there's something evolving in this person's definition of what wealth is. Because even this like calculator thing looks like it's enclosed in a dome. You know, like that carousel horse going around and around and around, the hamster wheel. It also looks like he is dressed pretty fine and dapper, like he's waiting for someone to have a meeting with or go on a date. She just shows up in her sheets. So let's clarify. Let's go to the tarot and just get a better idea of, you know, the deeper scenario that's going on here. Let's ask about the wealthy man. I feel like it has something to do with the value of the truth of his authentic heart. Let's see. Clarify the wealthy man. What do we need to know? We got the Lovers. It's about the truth of the heart, and that fell right on the heart. So there is something that is protected. You have this beautiful angel up here in the sky. Like she's dancing over this couple outside. I don't know why I just heard dewy-eyed. Maybe this is, you know, when you're so happy that you cry. I'm kind of getting that, like happy tears. I'm not sure why. The Lovers is where somebody has that freedom. Allow someone to feel exactly the truth of how they feel. Because when the Lovers is in its high vibration, it's a Gemini card. You want the other person to be happy, but you also want them to stay with you because they're happy, because that's a choice. It's not the upside down version where there's any constraints on someone or expectations that they have something or they do something and that's why the love is there. That's just artificial. You know, it's also the Lovers is choices. So when cycles happen in life, it's allowing that person the free will to choose and move and have experiences that they choose and they desire. Hopefully it is with the other person, but sometimes people choose to do something apart. But there's also that angel there. So there's something about each of these people tapping into their divine insight. There's also something about this partnership being a gift from heaven, a gift from God, a soul contract to be in one another's life. If it is upside down, it could be releasing an unrequited love. If somebody was not seeing eye to eye or following the intelligence or truth of their heart. There's something, I hear kind. There's something that is like if you respect someone and you're not really all in, there's a respect and a kindness to be truthful to that person. What if there's someone else out there that would love them the way they desire to be loved, but someone is staying under artificial terms? That's kind of not fair to anybody. So there's something here about really being authentic, allowing something to unfold choice by choice. What is another message? Give us a deeper message on the Lovers, please and thank you. That this partnership brings victory. That meeting this person or this openness of somebody's heart in itself feels like victory. I also feel like this is two people that notice each other like they are shining, kind of like in the spotlight kind of energy. Like they're the VIP player. They're on a different level, but not being put on a pedestal. They just vibrate at a different level where it's almost like somebody is like googly-eyed. They can't take their eyes off of them. But I feel like that's off of each other here. Or somebody wants to have victory with a certain person or because of a certain person. Maybe this victory energy had it to do with finances and career and such, and now it involves something more multifaceted in life that involves love. The Six of Wands usually comes after a lot of training or some battles. It doesn't mean that you win the big game every time. It means that even if you are kind of the winner all the time, you had a lot of training. There was a lot of effort and energy that led up to that parade home of victory. There's also usually supporters around this person. Sometimes it's the opposite team. Sometimes it's the little bit of friction that you needed that really gave you the little oomph to get up there and be the best or to win a situation. I feel like there's a supporter here. This person is supportive of the other and vice versa. I feel like maybe two people went through some battlegrounds. Like it wasn't an easy road getting to here, but worth the effort. If the Six of Wands is the other way, it is somebody up there on their high horse, you know, tooting their own horn and not recognizing with appreciation even the hard people that created a little friction to get them where they are, and the ones that totally lifted them up and supported them the whole time. It's eventually getting off of that horse and like grounding that spirit energy. There's been a lot of growth here though. There's all these little, they're like little white cherry blossoms. Clarify. 6. So now you have 6, 6. 24 is a 6, 1, and a 4. Or 13 and 24. I'm just getting that 6 of Wands is spiritual energy. Maybe that's part of why this wealth is going in a different direction or has a different definition. If somebody has that spiritual perspective or that enthusiasm in the, you know, in their soul, in their heart, I feel like that's riding somebody towards the right person in a different direction to come together. Just heard harmony. Let's see. Let's find out about this letter, the writer, this sassy woman in a sheet writing a rainbow. What is this about? What is another message, please and thank you? Oh, the Two of Cups, really? So this is a partnership meant to come together. It's a soul contract because it brings victory in each other's lives. This is not somebody that you know. This is someone riding on in. Expect the carousel riding in on a rainbow pretty soon, or swimming up like a swan on their stallion over here, or somebody you just meet when you're out and about. You have the Two of Cups. It's romance. It's absolutely romance with the Lovers and the Two of Cups. And whereas this Lovers is like a big choice, like choosing to be with this person. Sometimes it's even choosing to be with this person or stay in another situation, or you have different options. Here, there's only two people and an angel. So I am not getting that energy. I'm kind of getting that everyone here, they're only looking at each other. They're only looking at each other. They're only looking at each other, except the angel's getting a show. They're hand in hand. They're both coming equal with a glowing, beautiful chalice of love. So even if they fill up each other's cup, they each know how to fill up their own. You have this abundance behind you with the water. Even here, you have all the love you want. I don't feel like this is something that's going to run dry. I feel like it's more like a fountain. It's ever flowing. The Two of Cups can be a friendship as well. But if it's a friendship, I still see it as romance. And I feel like that's just, the choice has been made. That love is there. It is what it is. I feel like there's success here. Successful partnership, success within each of their lives that the other person supports, and also success that happens with anything they decide to do together. Choice by choice, ride by ride, experience by experience, ups and downs. Wow, I can't believe the Two of Cups and the Lovers came through. I want to do something different. Let's get an overall life. Let's go somewhere different. So this is the clarifying life situations. What is one message? Extra message that would be helpful, please and thank you. One helpful message overall. The art of mindfulness. Maybe some of you do also something really creative, artistic. You know those little animals that they make and they're crocheted? I kind of see those. Maybe you crochet. Mindfulness is here, not absent-minded decisions. It's being conscious and mindful of the other person, but also self-love to yourself and that connection to God and Source. Mindfulness is beautiful. If you're doing something mindlessly, you're not in it. Even if you have victories, it doesn't really feels kind of empty. If you have mindfulness on everything you do, you're really in every experience you have. You're conscious over what you say to someone else, how you treat them, how you value them, how you value yourself. This is where you have soul's growth, because if you have a mindful approach, self-introspection, even if something you did mindlessly and messed up on, you can change. Therefore, you grow. The art of mindfulness is practice mindfulness in everyday activities. Pay full attention to what you're doing, whether eating, walking, or working. Mindfulness enhances your experience and awareness. I am getting that big with eating, like really, I mean, this is love things going on here, but it's that savoring every bite. Not just shoving it down and you don't even know what you ate. You don't even know that you're already full half an hour ago because you keep eating. You know, it's the opposite of that. If you are in an experience with someone, especially if this is a person where time kind of melts, it's not all locked in like that, tick tock, tick tock. It's where you wish the clock would just go away so you could have more time. Be in the experience. If you're in any experience and you're not all there, or you're not authentically, you know, if you're half there, then what can you change to go in a step towards where you feel fully in? You know, it's like if you're reading a book, it's just boring the you know what out of you. You get to the end of the page and each time you have to read it 10 times to get through the page because you're not really into it. What if you switch that subject? You change that book. You go to the thing that makes you curious. You know, learn about that subject that just takes you down the rabbit hole of excitement. And then all of a sudden you are absorbing everything that you read. I'm even getting, there's something here about noticing some signs and synchronicities that are in your everyday environment, but you just bypassed, didn't take note of, didn't really look and savor, really see the beauty in that thing or that thing. That's powerful. So, all right, we have all of this love. I do feel like we should pull some love cards. Let's do this, because I keep waiting for the mystery deck. Let's get a couple of mystery messages, and then a couple of love messages, and then we will end this reading. This was powerful stuff that came in here. So what are some mystery messages to add another dynamic or depth to the writer? The Two of Cups, the Wealthy Man, the Art of Mindfulness, the Six of Wands, Victorious Energy, the Heart or Love here, and the Lovers. Of course. Well, there we go. Thank you, mystery deck. Thank you, Spirit. So, I mean, you're not gonna miss the energy or the heat. Also, that's like that emoji. That's sort of what I used when I made that card. A little fire. The flame coming through. Whew. So what else? Oh my goodness. Let's get another message. Oh, now you got the hurting inside. I mean, if somebody's not following their heart, that would hurt. If somebody doesn't feel like they're in their authentic vibration, or they're just kind of stuck on the carousel wishing they could have a different experience, that would hurt. It's possible you're hurting inside right now, but you're going through a huge cycle of healing and transformation and change and direction. Hurting inside sucks ass, but to hurt and process, to be mindful of why you hurt, what you would do different, what you've learned because of what you went through. That healing is so valuable. Hurt happens, especially when love is involved. But to not have the experience almost hurts more than having it, and hurting from a situation or from a person. Sometimes if you have this hurt inside and that was a door that is shutting, and this is the healing that is happening inside of you or inside of someone else, sometimes that is a gift, because it's like a door that closes to take you to, it looks like something pretty amazing over here. I just heard worth it. Even though at the time, if you were sitting there crying and your heart does not feel happy, you don't feel like that at the time. It does take time. So let's get a couple more. And if you don't know what to do, that's where you get guidance. Pray, to God, the universe, wherever you you have faith and trust. You are being guided here. You're guided towards something pretty incredible. You're guided through hurtful situations. It's also sometimes going through that deep pain that we catapult and grow. I just heard and prosper, but we learn. That one got left behind. Well, here you are. So wherever you are on your cycle, I'm kind of getting that this pray energy is also somebody that has already prayed just to bring whoever it is that is God's will into their life that would be truth. And I feel like you and someone else prayed for the same thing. I also feel like there's someone that prayed to, I know this is all romance here, but there's also somebody who prayed to just feel good on their own. Who actually wasn't looking for a partner. They just want to feel better. I also feel like somebody who just wanted to be alone might find the right person. Maybe you're going to find Wonder Woman. I mean, it's not an invisible plane here, but that's a pretty cool superhero. I love Wonder Woman. That's somebody come in your life, whatever the feminine energy is. I would say she's pretty divine. She's got out of this world. Isn't Wonder Woman from another planet? Isn't she like the Amazon? Like, I don't know. I have to go to my background of Wonder Woman. I think I know more about Superman and Batman, but I love Wonder Woman. So, hey, you got your lasso. Maybe that's what gets this experience of moving. Maybe she knows how to like get something going. But it's standing in your personal power. Maybe you're finding your Wonder Woman. Maybe Wonder Woman is about to enter into a hot romance. I would say if you get into a romance with Wonder Woman, there's not really a second option there. Once lost, now found. Once was off, now will be turned on or turned back on. Self-sufficient, interdependent, solid on your own. That's an energy where it's not someone else making the happiness or having to fill up your cup or bring in the wealth. It's sustainable on your own. Somebody else who can do it on their own. Two people pretty strong on their own coming together. And if you don't feel self-sufficient and you feel a little lost, start to head towards those things that really make you sing, curious, excited, that bring you happiness. See how that unfolds. You are still being guided. Sometimes we are gifted some time alone, so we learn who we are without having to ask somebody else. I feel like somebody's making some changes they're going to be very, very proud of. Transform, not conform. Conforming is sticking on the merry-go-round. Conforming to everyone else's ideas of who you should be, who you should love, the direction you should go. It doesn't look like this person is going on a road. They are definitely paving their own way with their own particular style. So we are here to transform, not to stick something in a little tiny box and never have growth. I love that. That's strong. Transform, not conform. I'm going to leave that as the last mystery message, and let's do a love card or two. I don't know which ones though. I have the divine truth. Let's do it because these are biggies. Let's see. I pulled this in half and that was in the middle. So I just like that synchronistic message was there. Transform, not conform. It's not staying in that cocoon too long. It's becoming the butterfly. I actually feel like with that Wonder Woman energy, it's more like a phoenix. Also another superhero. So what are a few extra messages to have awareness of when it comes to love, romance, union, healing, self-awareness and mindfulness, new experiences, self-sabotage, withholding. That would be why somebody would be hurting inside. If somebody is not being open-minded and tends to think that maybe something this beautiful could never work out, or they self-sabotage because they don't want to hurt and they withhold love that they actually feel from you, that's also somebody not filling up their own cup. That's also somebody who is withholding love from themselves because they're in self-doubt. So this could be what somebody is transforming away from. Often that is something that is taught. It's a taught behavior because somebody was hurt as a child or not given unconditional love or had weird experiences, even in past lives where, you know, maybe they gave it their all and it just didn't work out. But if I feel like whatever this is here, maybe this is a past person coming back or coming in. If this is somebody who generally is in self-sabotage and this is a new person coming in, I feel like you are there to heal them. I also feel like there might be weird ass moments where maybe you or the other person is hurting inside. I do feel like prayer is key, or listening to your higher self. And I feel like where this person may have gotten stuck with others, you are not going to react the same way, nor is the connection you have with this person going to feel the same. So I do feel like maybe that will be a weird hiccup, but a hiccup nonetheless that you will come out of faster than you know. Have faith. If that's you in self-sabotage and you're not going in the direction of your heart at all, because what if it doesn't work out? What if that person doesn't feel the same way? What if they end up leaving you in a year and finding somebody else that they love better? What if you never have the experience at all? What if you never know until you try? What if that is the person that was sent into your life by God to help you grow and transform, to turn on that spiritual glow inside of your soul? What if? What is another message, please and thank you? I just said something about your glow. It's the puffy paint. I mean, that message loves to come out. I feel like even if somebody wants to run away, they're gonna be attracted like a moth to a flame in the most beautiful way, like a moth to a spiritual flame, and someone's just irresistible to you, you to them. I can't resist you. You are the best I've ever had. I just thought of the John Legend song. I just heard this: love is legendary. You have my undivided attention. What is another one? Untrustworthy. Self-sabotage, untrustworthy. Somebody that wanted to keep their options open. I feel like this is someone that just is human that you're dealing with. Maybe they don't have this confidence because they've effed up in the past, made mistakes with people that they loved. I made mistakes and I lied in the past. Will you ever trust me again? Well, it depends on if this person's words match their actions. It depends if this person has the art of mindfulness and transformation, do want to grow and change or not. It depends on your personal situation. If this is someone from the past, on how you feel. For some of you, you have grown out of that cycle because of somebody untrustworthy in your life. You recognize without a shadow of a doubt when the right person comes in and puts you absolutely first while you're both head over heels for one another. Then maybe you learned from this person, and maybe that was a gift. You also learned how to be self-sufficient and how valuable your heart, your love, your hot romance that you can offer is. And that's a personal situation. I also want to take note, she has very sassy, cute little booties. So I know Rose is getting itchy. So let's get a couple more. What are a couple more messages from the Divine Truth? Let's get you a few more. Perception. You have all of these beautiful cards, and I kind of like that these got real. I like that. Because if somebody had a warped perception because they were conforming to what they knew, or they were hurting from past experiences because those experiences were so different than yours coming in, or if somebody treated you a certain way because others around them only saw something without mindfulness, but mindlessly or selfishly, or only by the own experience they knew. I was only able to see what I wanted to see. I am sorry for not seeing your worth. And if that's somebody that you have left in the past, you've learned your own worth from that person. You've also gifted this person the chance to value the people they care about when they come in, or value someone new when someone new comes in your life. If this is somebody coming back and they now see your worth and they want your forgiveness and they want to do something differently, make different choices, be all in the experience, then it is somebody that needs to have that full cup on their own. But take off the wonky glasses and look through that spiritual perspective. What is one more? Rose is definitely getting itchy. She's itchy, itchy, itchy lady. Let's get one more. One more, please, and thank you. Beautiful. That's perfect. Either way, whether this is a new person coming in, or this is somebody that's had a lot of growth before they met you and you're getting a little insight on a new person. Or this is even you. Somebody's diving headfirst into that spiritual bath. They pulled the plug on anything that was getting kind of cruddy in the water, letting the old past go down the drain, and filling it up with a spiritual light. Cleansing all over in their life. People, places, things, mindset, ideas, perceptions, and releasing any kind of negative energy and neutralizing it, then replacing it with spiritual light, possibilities, an open mind, an open heart. This is somebody waking up. They're going through a major spiritual awakening, cleanse, and rebirth. That's a lot. That's somebody not crawling around like the cruddy caterpillar anymore. They had to go through that weird area in the cocoon where there was a big old mucky mess of not making any good decisions or going in a direction or knowing what was happening. And then self-awareness. Then those wings came out. You know, they came out of the cocoon. Broke through that dome. Unhinged from the carousel. Chakras aligned. Heading in the direction of love. Whatever that is. People they love. People you love, you know. Things you love to do. Things you love about yourself. And that's why this victory is coming in. Really releasing negative thoughts and people. Major spiritual, I mean, if you have this weird ass perception over here, people can get a warped perception because of other people's warped perceptions. You come through and all of a sudden you break that glass, or you show someone how love can be different. That sometimes takes some adjustment. They have to go through that dark night of the soul situation to figure out what the heck just happened and why did they just lose that, and how can they make everything different to come back or to do it different when somebody else comes in their life. This is someone who had to learn to value themselves. Cleanse and rebirth. Major awakening. I'm here scratching Rose's little ear. Let's get you one message from the universe. Hi, babe. I know you want my attention. She wants my attention. Yeah. One more for you guys. Woo. This one flipped up. This one did not. Release old doubts and fears. You are currently undergoing, well, we see that. You are undergoing somebody else's, or you do together, or because of one another. Undergoing changes that are necessary for your highest good. They are changes that have been long awaited. Leave the past where it belongs, in the past. Trust that everything will fall into place for you in divine timing. Just add that little in divine timing. Not on your schedule, but when it's supposed to come through. When the timing is right, it will happen. Have faith. With that, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone? Come here. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. We're going to go. I'm going to go play with Rose. Thank you for being with me here today, and thank you for blessing our lives. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm going to put you down, babe. Bye.